The beard reached very high damage and Tonkiness. This is my full beard guide to my 1-button Amazon Lightning Spear. It doesn't matter if you're a new player or just reached the endgame. I made a very detailed written guide so you can follow and reach this level of Tonkiness and damage. What's up guys, Pidget here. Keep in mind, all the footages was recorded on tier 15 plus maps, so the highest possible content that is available in the game right now. You can see everything is disappears less than 4 seconds. I made this beard 1-button so you don't have to worry about costing anything else, just your lightning spear, and enjoy multiple screen white clip. How are we doing this? We add that to the beard custom crit setup and linked here sniper's mark, because this is how we generating frenzy charges for this beard. Because this beard has almost 100% critical hit chance, utilizing the custom crit not a problem for us. Even on boss fights you can just hold down your single target skill, Stormlance, and just complete the encounter less than 4 seconds. I think we have around 600k DPS or even more, but it's hard to tell. On boss fights I'm using a new tech, that's Orbital Storms. Alone this skill is not doing anything because this is a spell and we are an attack beard. We are adding to it Font of Rage, Mana and Blood. Rage will grant you 1% more damage per rage, up to 30. Font of Mana will grant you mana regen, because later on this beard can be very mana hungry on single target fights. Font of Blood will grant you life regen, which is kinda good but not that significant. Where is the beard Tonkiness coming from? As you can see, we have almost 2.6k life and 2k energy shield. Also 70% every chance against attacks. We also getting back like 900 energy shield every time we get a hit, becoming pretty damn tonk. We using a hybrid evasion and energy shield body armor, because we're taking on the tree the spectral ward. You gain 1 energy shield after every 12 evasion on the body armor. Also taking a few percentage energy shield and evasion nodes on the tree, increasing this bonus even further. We can tank a few hits from the bosses if they can attack, because they just getting deleted after a few seconds. This is one of the best and enjoyable beard that I played in Path of Exile 2. The damage and the Tonkiness is amazing. The clear is just on the next level. Only the start was rough, but let's be real, what class didn't have a rough start? Right? This is so much better experience was than my warrior when I started the early access. I played this character more than 2 days in game time, so I can confidently say this beard is pretty damn strong. I hope you will enjoy as well. In the description you will find my written very detailed mobilities guide. As you can see here guys, there are a lot of videos here from day 1 till day 5 and day 6 soon, and also you can find the pros, cons, what to take here, and also you can see here there are so many breakdown as well from Act 1 till the 1-button endgame that you was seeing right now. Low budget as well, early game setup, every single one has 3 gems, little explanation, and what to take, how your signal target will look like. So yeah guys, don't forget you can use this one and also save this one for yourself. You don't have to every time open up the video and get the tree. I made a lot of changes to this beard since last we met, so let's go over the changes. I want to start with the items this time. So I changed my gloves and my boots, so I have more energy shield than before, and also more life as well, and more damage at the same time. So as you can see here, I got an accuracy rating, maximum life, item rarity, crit damage bonus, lightning damage to attacks, and also little chaos resistance on the gloves. This is a very fine piece, and it was, I would say, I think it was around 30 exalted, so yeah, it's a little bit more expensive than the other stuff that I was using before. The boots is a fine piece, so I purchased the boots with movement speed, life and cold resistance, and then I slammed on this one fire resistance. So this is how I crafted, but otherwise these boots would cost a lot of money, easily multiple divines, because of the 30% movement speed. If you have less money than this, you can just get a 20% movement speed boots and just play the game till you get you can afford the next tier boots like this. And I upgraded my body armor as well, because I wanted to push the beard even further. So as you can see here, there is tons of life on this one, and also energy shield and evasion as well, and a little fire resistance. So this was one divine, so that was also very expensive, I would say, but it was worth it guys. You can see here we have almost 2.6k life and almost 2k energy shield, a very little missing for it. So that was absolutely worth. And you know, I'm big fan when you can get more tonkier than you should be. So yeah, it also helps on high level content. You can just tank a few hits, or just, you know, when you're getting surrounded for some reason because the monsters is so fast, you can just survive and just, you know, continue mapping. And I get a new belt as well, so you can see here there is life on this one, mana and resistances. I want to mention how important the mana on the gear where you can get, because the beard is struggling if you have like around 600 mana, because you will run out mana pretty damn fast. You can see even I am right now just attacking and not doing anything besides that. I'm running out pretty damn fast the mana. So if you have even less mana, you will have so much more trouble. So if you want to push this build further, you need to take care about your mana and get a few percentage mana regen on the gear as well, because otherwise you will just run out of mana flash charges and just it will be miserable. And the other stuff is the same. So we have this pretty damn good ring still with you know, damage attributes, because this build is a attributes heavy build, because we need intelligence to fulfill or scepter and or blossom setup. You will see in a second. Amulet is here the same, so we got life, mana, rarity, and strength, and lightning resistance. And also anointed vulgar methods on this. You can see here the vulgar methods. This is grants you strength and increased critical hit chance and reduced percentage mana, which is not a big deal, I would say. So it's worth the exchange for it. And the helmet is the same, just last time. So we have life here, cold, lightning res, so very big energy shield helmet as well. So this is how we can have 2k energy shield, as you can see here. And the weapon here is the same, guys. So as I mentioned earlier, I got this weapon for 8 whole exalted before, you know, I made the multiple videos. Since then, people started buying it, so now it could cost like 7 divine easily, this spear. But you can get away with less accuracy rating, and maybe without elemental damage on the weapon as well. Just only the accuracy rating and critical hit chance is matters on this one, because the build is heavily affected by critical hit chance on the weapon. The scepter, guys, the scepter is also very important. This is how you can fit in that much auras that we're using here. So you can see here we have the Ghost Dance, we have the Wind Dancer, Herald of Thunder, Custom Crit, so, and also a Blossomy setup as well. So this is how you can have that much aura in your build. And also this is grants us little mana regen and a little bit mana as well. So right now I have 279 spirit. This is, I would say, a must to reach this one, or you can just drop the Blossomy setup, because the Blossomy setup is costing 60 spirit or even more. So you can save up a little bit if you can get this captor, because this captor, I purchased this one for like 10 exalted, but people was reporting me back after that was skyrocketed in price once again. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. And that was the item, guys. So now let's talk about the positive tree, because positive tree is changed very big time. So the first noticeable thing here, we removed the whole bottom part of the tree. So we removed this via this one, and everything else that was leading to this, and we allocated now the acceleration, and we taking the catalysis as well. And we removed here the enchanted reflexes and the dexterity nodes, because I was able to get my dexterity fixed without this. And here we took here the whole wheel, so we take the white storm and the expose to the storm, because our skill or elemental infusion is inflicting lightning exposure. You will see in a second what I'm talking about, but this is a very strong node. This will grants you a tons of critical hit chance, so yeah, it's worth. And now so the Tonkiness, this is where it's coming from. The spectral ward, maximum energy shield per 12 evasion rating on equipped body armor. This is a very strong node, and this is grants us almost like 400 energy shield alone, so that's very important. And also, you know, 4-point and increasing your evasion and energy shield, that's very strong. And I took here the true strike for the juggler and the deadly force, because we dealing critical hits very often, so this is a very easy choice. And also this small node here as well, and also this is helps us to get cap or dexterity and or intelligence as well. And you can see here we took here so many new things here. So let's start with this one, the shimmering. So this here grants you 3% movement speed while you have energy shield. You know, that's not so much significant increase, but you know, a little movement speed will feel so much better on a long term, right? And percentage energy shield here, and evasion as well. And we taking here the moment of truth, so you will deal increased critical damage bonus if you dealt a non-critical strike recently. Sometimes we dealing non-critical strikes, and by the way, because the Orb of Stone doesn't have that much critical hit chance, we were dealing non-critical strikes, so this is active all the time, and also it grants you increased critical hit chance. And we're taking here the crashing wave, so increased damage if you deal a critical strike. Once again, we have 100% crit, so this is up all the time, all the small nodes as well. And we're taking flow like water, attack speed, cost speed, dex and intelligence. Very fine piece of node. This is helping very big time, because we need dexterity and intelligence. And we're taking here the mindful awareness, just once again more evasion and energy shield, very welcomed. And step like mists, movement speed, mono regen, dex, intelligence, every single good stats on this one. Now let's talk about the Ascendancy, guys. So Ascendancy, I took here elemental infusion. This is a very important part of this build, because this is help us very big time. You will see in a second. I'm using the infused weapon as a utility setup. Okay, the next one is the predatory instinct. This will reveal the weakness of the rare and unique enemies, granting 50% more damage when you hitting that. This is why sometimes the boss life is doom and done. Okay, so this is very strong node, and we're taking here critical hit, critical strike. This is very strong node. This is why we can just have 100% crit and just stacking accuracy rating nodes everywhere. And we taking the penetration once again. So if you don't have, guys, a good weapon with high accuracy rating, do not take this one. Took instead the in for the kill. But if you have a good weapon with accuracy rating, then this is a very strong node to take. This will grants you like 60-70% more damage, depends on your weapon, or even more. The gems, we getting the mollies from the scepter. What is mollies? Mollies is granting, what is mollies? Mollies is granting critical weakness every 0.5 seconds. Critical weakness is percentage increased critical hit chance, and this is a multiplier, so this is a very strong node. Once again, we can reach around 5 stacks before it's running out, and you know, the stacks is refreshing till 5 stack. This is how you can have 100% crit on the bosses. And we adding here persistence, because this is grants us more skill effect duration, and the skill effect duration is working with the mollies, because this skill has a duration tag, as you can see here. And now let's talk about the infused weapon. So I was mentioning I'm using as a utility setup, and don't worry if you don't have a 6 link here, guys, okay, because you will getting the 6 link when you're reaching level 90. I'm level 91 right now, as you can see here, soon level 92. So this is how you getting your 6 link for this one. But if you just have a 5 link, don't worry, you can just play fine. So we taking here the lightning exposure, because the because when you're consuming a frenzy charge, you will get the lightning infusion, and lightning infusion dealing lightning damage, so it can apply shock and then consume the shock, and then you will apply lightning exposure. But you don't need to worry about this. Is just automatic. I just telling you how it works if you care about this. And we putting here blind. You will see in a second why we using here blind, and we using conduction here, so more chance to shock, very important. And also we using here cooling strike. This is, you know, helps a little bit, but whatever, because honestly, guys, there is no better supports really, because this skill is not dealing that much damage. And it's just utility once again. And we using here the strip away. Exposure applied by supporter skill has 20% increased effect, so we increasing the exposure effect because the exposure is minus of the corresponding resistance, so 20% minus 20% lightning rest, so that's transitioning minus 24%. And now let's talk about the signal target setup, because it's important why we using here blind. So we using Stormlance once again, blind side. Supporter skill cannot inflict blind, but supporter skill have 15% more crit and critical damage hit bonus. This is a very strong node, and this is why we using here the blind support, so we can utilize this one without a problem on signal target situations. And we using here close combat, more damage when you standing still to the boss. You will stand still to the boss because you can just delete the boss and don't worry. And Rising Tempest, so guys, this is 13.6% more elemental damage. But maybe you wonder, but man, you're using just only lightning damage. How this is proccing? How this is fully functional? Well, turns out when you just consuming, it doesn't matter which charge, you will getting all of the free elements, so lightning, cold, and fire, even if you just consuming frenzy charges. So this is fully in effect. So this is why 36%. This is a very strong support gem for this build. And we using here the overextend. You are dazed for 5 seconds, but you deal more critical damage bonus. So what is dazed? You will have more stun build up. But honestly guys, once again, when you killing the boss just less than 3 or 4 seconds, it doesn't really matter if he can hit you or not. And the last one, as a 6th, I'm using perpetual charge, so you have 35% chance to not remove the charge and still counting consuming them. So you know, Stormlance is a very strong skill with frenzy charge, so this is why it's a very good choice for 6th. If you don't have a 6th, you can just drop this one and just play the game fine, don't worry. And now we arriving to the clear skill lightning spear, as you can see here, and we using Volt. This is up here. You can see when you're moving, it's starting getting charges, and when you attacking, you will lose all the Volt charge and you will have more damage and also better clear. So yeah, I would suggest to you try to use every time when you're reaching 30 and not sooner, but if you need, you can just attack pretty often, okay? So do not really die because of this. And we're using here primal armament, just more damage, and ambush, 100% critical hit chance on these enemies that on full life. Honestly, I think we can take now a different skill gem, but this is still pretty damn strong because you can just one tap every single rare in the game so far. So yeah, that's very strong. And we're using lightning infusion here, just more damage once again. And now we arriving the custom crit part. So this is how we generating frenzy charges, how this is just one button build. So custom critical, and we will use here sniper's mark, and we putting here profusion, so the sniper's mark will grant 2 additional charge with 50% chance, and ingenuity, so the supporter skill have much better cooldown recovery because the skill will get a cooldown when you using with custom critical. So yeah, and now we arriving to the Orb of Storms. So Orb of Storm is a spell, so this is not dealing any damage. As you can see, 500 damage. It's not even worth to mention the damage, but this is an additional utility setup. So we putting here Font of Rage. You can see here we will starting getting range, and our damage just goes up. You can see here all of the damage numbers just going up, reaching 30, because 30 is the rage cap in the game right now. Oh, you can see here how much damage this is grants us. So this is a very good forlink here, and we're using Font of Mana. This will grant you 40% increased mana regen. Once again, this build is very mana hungry, because if you just putting down this one, you can see here my mana is pretty damn good still, so I can use my mana flask and just keep going till I kill the boss. But I think you can kill the boss before your mana is emptying. And we're using here Font of Blood. This will grants 2% life regen. It's something, you know, but not significant, but it's free, so why not using it? And we're using here Herald of Thunder with clarity, and inner weight. When you kill a shock enemy, you will be getting more damage. Your elemental infusion once again dealing lightning damage, so this will up all the time, and also because the lightning spear also lightning damage and shocking enemies, so you will getting that bonus as well. And we arriving to the bluff summit. This is the reason why I suggesting to use a scepter. So this will grants you a curse of your choice, and I choose Enfeeble because Enfeeble is reducing the enemy damage to us. So this is like 8% damage reduction against bosses and like 16% against map monsters. So that's very, very strong, and it's very life-saving as well. And here we're using magnifying effect to get, you know, better aura effect and much bigger aura. We're using Wind Dancer here. This is grants you more evasion, and we supporting with precision because precision grants you accuracy rating. Accuracy rating equals damage and critical hit chance. And we're using here arm's length. So this skill is knocking back the enemies when you take a hit. So this will help you to get out the sticky situations when you're getting surrounded. So when you take a hit, the monster will fall back, getting knocked back so much further away, so you can just roll away, or just attack once again. I'm still using Thunderous Leap when sometimes you need to gap close or something like that, or just you want a shortcut, so this is still there. And we're using Ghost Dance here, so this is granting you 5% of your evasion when you take a hit as energy shield. So this is why we can just take a few hits without worrying and getting back tons of energy shield. And I'm using here cannibalism as well, because 2% you will getting back 2% of your life when you kill one single enemy. So when you're killing 10 enemy, you're getting 20%. This is very, very noticeable on maps that have like, chaos dot ground, burning ground, or just the monsters leaving some sort of degen ground. So you don't have to worry while mapping, so you don't need to press your life flask at all. That was my full build guide for my lightning spear / Stormlance Amazon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this journey. I had a very, very good time with this character, and I will still playing and making more changes to it. I want to push even further and see how much damage I can do on tier 4 bosses and so on. But till then, guys, I hope you enjoyed this build video, and if you have any question, leave a comment below, or you can find me on twitch.tv/Pidget2. Thanks for watching. I was Pidget. See you next time.